In this video today, I'm going to try and persuade you guys that being attractive has nothing to do with your genetics. A lot of guys nowadays believe that because of their genetics or because of the way they look genetically, they have no chance at being attractive. You look at all the superheroes in films, all the fitness influencers, the male fitness influencers especially, and even the popular kids from your school. If you think back to high school, or if you're in high school, there may be people who are the same age as you, but are more muscular, they may be taller, 6'3", whatever it is, and they appear to be more attractive. They have more success. Girls, they tend to have bigger social groups and just generally tend to be more attractive people, more likable. Things like the MCU, showing us all these superheroes like Thor and Superman. They're all jacked, these huge guys. There's a huge expectation now for a lot of men to have a lot of muscles, six-pack abs, be really tall, ripped, super low body fat percentage. And there's either other expectations aside from genetics, like you need to be rich, you need to be successful, you need to be really confident to be attractive. And all these things are true to some degree, but a lot of guys take it too far and they come to this realization that they're never going to be attractive because of the way that they are genetically. You know, their genetic predisposition means that they can't be attractive, or they're not going to have any chance of winning or getting the girl of their dreams. And this isn't true. They mistakenly believe that because of their genetics, they have no chance with women. And this is what is called in the online community blackpilling. Now, if someone's blackpilled, they believe that the way that they were born, i.e. you were born 5'3", so you have no chance with women. But they're failing to see that the thing that makes these guys attractive, who have the money, who have the six-pack abs, who are 6 foot, yes, their genetics obviously help them, but they're failing to see that it's actually the work they've put in to get to that level that's allowed them to be seen as attractive. The thing that women want to see in guys is drive and ambition. And because these people who have been blackpilled see, all they see is the six-pack abs, all they see is the height, all they see is the genetics of these people who are deemed as attractive. So they give up. Because they are genetically not like them, they give up trying to become more like them. So whilst they're, annoyed that they don't have the genetics to be like this, they then give up and they don't bother trying to improve themselves. So they don't go to the gym. They only get 4 hours of sleep a night because they're too busy staying up late and playing video games, scrolling through TikTok and Instagram, and overall just not helping their overall mental health and physical health. Diet is a huge thing as well. A lot of guys, they give up on trying to get the aesthetic body because they don't have the genetics for it. Even though they do, a lot of guys underestimate their genetics. If they go to the gym, if you dial in your diet, and if you get that physique you want and work towards it, you can actually achieve a very good physique. And of course, the physique actually helps make you look more attractive. But it's that journey getting there and that discipline required. So the byproduct of going to the gym and actually improving your physical health and doing exercise, working out, lifting weights, the discipline and the ambition and the drive, the sort of want to get there, is actually what is the attractive thing. The guys who have ambition, who have drive, who want to get to a goal, people who set out goals for themselves, especially when it comes to fitness and getting that physique that you want, is the thing itself that is attractive. Again, with trying to get to your physique, the best thing you can do in 2023, if you're just starting out on your journey of self-improvement and trying to get the physique that you want, is starting at the gym or doing some kind of workouts, either whether it's at home with your dad's old weight sets and bench, or whether you go to the gym and just actually start lifting weights and trying to get towards that physique that you've always been wanting. That is the first step in improving not only your physique, but your mental health and that kind of discipline on your brain to be somewhere, and just get into the gym and get on that grind and actually start lifting weights and doing something different other than feeling sorry for yourself for not doing it and then distracting yourself with social media like TikTok and Instagram and scrolling through there mindlessly for hours and just trying to get away from the fact that you didn't do something today to try and improve your physique. That is the main thing. That's the problem these days. That's making guys less attractive, or making guys feel like they can never possibly be attractive to females, because they don't feel like they can get there, because the bar's been set so high by the superheroes, by, you know, what we saw in high school with the popular kids. You know, if you one of these guys like myself who was never part of the popular group, and you saw all these guys who played, you know, football, and, you know, I was never into football or anything like that, so I never did any of that. So it sort of sets you up from a really young age of thinking, you know, I'm never going to be like that. So, and then you end up distracting yourself with other things like junk food, social media, and video games, you know, just playing video games to get away from the actual thing you need to do, which is self-improvement. I'm not saying it's not true that obviously having more height is actually an advantage, especially when it comes to girls. You know, a guy who's 6'5" and jacked compared to the guy who's 5'8" who's also jacked will probably have a better chance with girls. But that doesn't mean that you should give up trying to get jacked, if that makes sense. If you're not 6 foot, you should still try and do the best you can and try to get the best physique you possibly can and unlock your potential. It's not all or nothing. You can get there, and you can get to a very, very good level, but you have to start somewhere. And it starts with, for me, it started with working out and going to the gym. Honestly, in COVID, in 2020, that was the turning point for me. You know, before COVID, I was just, you know, a skinny guy who would literally just sit. You know, I'd go to work, I'd come home, and I'd jump straight on my PlayStation, and I'd be playing games with my friends, you know, sometimes until early hours in the morning. And it was really when COVID hit, when I had that time to sort of self-reflect and think about where I wanted to go, and, you know, why I was single and all these things, that I decided to actually pick up some weights. I started out working from home. So the biggest advice I can give to you guys with this is working out. So I'm going to break this down into 3 steps, 3 things that I think you should do that's going to make you more attractive in 2023. So obviously the number one thing, I've kind of already spoke about it, it's getting into the gym and working out. One of the most unattractive things that you can do, and it might sound bad, but having a terrible body composition. So if you're overweight and you have love handles, you've got skinny arms, very low muscle mass, this is the starting point. Honestly, for me anyway, this changed my life. Understanding that the gym and working out and physical health, not only does it improve your physique, but it improves your mental health. And that brings me on to the second point. You have to feel good to look good. So what that means is, if you're depressed and you're sad and you don't know where to go, and you're just, you know, every day is the same, you go to work, you hop on social media, Discord, you know, you game, whatever it is, and you're just playing video games, you're scrolling through TikTok for hours, and then you're watching some pointless YouTube video, and, you know, you don't get anywhere. That clouds your brain, and it makes you essentially depressed. If you stay inside the house all day, if on a weekend you just play games, or you just do whatever, and you have a chill day, you know, and you don't get outside the house, you don't go for a walk, and you don't, you know, get some fresh air, all these things can massively affect your mental health. So the biggest thing for me was starting to pick up some weights and working out. So I started out working from home, obviously in COVID at the start, couldn't really go outside. And then I transitioned into the gym, which is even better than working out. If you can go to the gym, go to the gym. I know it's like more money, but trust me, going to the gym and spending less money on alcohol on nights out or whatever it may be is the best decision I've made, because going to the gym and doing something during the day that's productive, and just being productive, especially when it comes to working out and working towards the physique that I wanted, and actually working on myself and my own mental health, drastically improved the way I look. Personally for me, I had really bad skin, and I kind of do still. I mean, you can sort of see bits on my face today, but I had really bad eczema, quite bad acne as well actually, and just bad skin complexion, and just felt poorly all the time, and just didn't feel up to doing anything. And I feel like when you pick up some weights and work out and set yourself a goal, okay, I want to improve my diet and I want to get down to a certain body fat percentage. I want to be able to see my abs. I want to be able to have bigger shoulders and bigger arms. I want to be more muscular, and just getting towards that kind of the superhero look that we've seen. Obviously, that's a little bit toxic, but just at least having that goal and having that drive and just getting your brain into that kind of mindset where you're working towards bettering yourself and getting to somewhere, that overall, and that improves your mental health and it improves everything. It gives you a bit of purpose in the day, and it gives you something to work towards in not only just that day but in life in general. It gives you a long-term goal, and that to me is one of the biggest things that's improved my life in the past 2 years since COVID, and will in the long run make you a lot more attractive. And then just another pointer with that as well, things like going to the gym and improving your diet, especially when it comes to the gym. I know I'm going for walks as well, doing a little bit of steady state cardio. And if you don't know what steady state cardio is, it's the opposite of a HIIT workout. So it's things like going for a walk, anything under 150 or 160 beats per minute with your heart rate. Just going on a walk, getting fresh air, for between 30 and 45 minutes. That's steady state cardio, and it can burn between 200-300 calories in the day, which is quite a lot if you really look into macros and you're kind of familiar with that already. If not, I'll probably be doing a full video on diets and things like that, and how to optimize your nutrition intake and things like that. And that's a huge part of everything on the internet at the moment, especially in the fitness industry. But sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But yeah, all these things, like your diet and your fitness and weightlifting, they all stimulate your body to produce more testosterone as a male. And testosterone is a huge part of looking more attractive. With low testosterone, your body makes up for it with estrogen, which is the female hormone. And you see a lot of guys nowadays, between even 14, 15, 16, who've just come out of puberty or even during puberty, who are developing breast tissue because it's called man boobs or gyno, however you want to call it. You literally get breast tissue because your testosterone's so low, because guys nowadays are, like I said at the beginning, coming home and just playing video games and, just there scrolling through Instagram and TikTok, and just, all these things just lowers your testosterone. It lowers your body's the necessity for your body to create testosterone, which is an expensive hormone for your body to make, lowers because there's no stimulus for it. Your body doesn't need it. And then lastly, I've sort of covered it a little bit, but it's diet. I hugely improved my diet during COVID. I mean, before COVID, I was eating whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and I did gain quite a lot of weight. I'll try and find a picture of me up, but I did actually gain quite a lot of weight. I had some nasty love handles and, a bit of a belly coming out. And now, I mean, I'm not perfect now, I'm still on a bit of a journey to get to the level I want to get to, but it's a lot better than it was. And my mental health has improved massively since then. It's nice to be able to look in the mirror and actually see results, and that's one of the biggest tips I can give you guys when it comes to the diet, and to see the fat loss and the weight loss and to track that. I actually did macro tracking for a long time. I'll try and find some screenshots of some of the spreadsheets I use. I actually made them myself, and I went like really autistic on it and went super detailed about my macros, which was probably a bit overboard, but one of the best ways I've seen of tracking it is just look in the mirror every day, every morning when you go downstairs or whatever to go brush your teeth before you head out and have a shower and all this. Just look yourself in the mirror, topless, just take your top off, look yourself in the mirror and just analyze your body and just really get used to and familiar with your body, and over the months that you start training. So when you start training, then you're going to start improving your diet, and then you're going to start seeing improvements in your overall body composition. You're going to lose the fat, and as you lose that fat, if you're in a calorie deficit, which is what probably most of you guys want to be, in a calorie deficit, you will see massive improvements in your face shape, in your shoulders especially, and eventually it's a bit longer, but for the abs, which is obviously a huge part of it as well. So all these things coupled together is gonna help you start looking more attractive and worry less about the genetics, and you can actually start to realize that having the drive and these goals in mind to try and get to this physique and to improve your diet, not only is it going to improve your mental health and the way you look, the way you feel, but it's going to make you look better and ultimately more attractive. So yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, I'd love to hear your feedback. It's the first video, obviously, on the channel. I'll be doing loads more. And yeah, hope you have a great day.